We'll just tell you about the critical aspects of this operation carried out last evening, which resulted in elimination of this terrorist. We have been receiving inputs about presence of terrorists in this general area, not only this village but the villages around for last few days. And yesterday in the afternoon, we received specific human intelligence from Jammu and Kashmir police and regarding presence of one unidentified terrorist in village Wuzur Batpora. Now, immediately on receipt of input, the local RR battalion, which is 9 Rashtriya Rifle, along with a party of J&K police, they swung into action and carried out the cordon of the cluster of the target area. Now this cordon was laid with speed, and therefore the surprise was achieved, and terrorist was trapped and holed up in the target cluster of the houses. Immediately on completion of this cordon, the outer cordon was also reinforced by CRPF. As you are all aware that in such operations our prime concern is the safety of civilians from the target area. So immediately on laying such cordons, we first focus on evacuation of locals to the safer areas, and that was being done. And immediately while this process was on, our local civilians were moving to the safer areas. This terrorist moved out from the area where he was hiding, and he fired indiscriminately towards the civilian. And you are aware that they have no love lost for safety and security of our civilian brothers and sisters. However, our inner cordon had our people of joint RR and JK police. One of our young officer who sensed the danger to the civilian, he immediately moved out, and without flinching, without caring for his personal safety, towards the true tradition of Indian Army, he immediately expedited the process of evacuation of this civilian, and simultaneously he also retaliated to the fire of terrorists towards the target zone. Now in this entire firefight, this officer got injured. He sustained a gunshot wound, and before he was evacuated, he was successfully able to extricate that particular lot of our civilians towards the safer zone. And with his retaliatory fire, probably the terrorist also got injured and retreated back into the target house. This young major was given first aid, and immediately he was evacuated to 92 base hospital in Badami Bagh, Srinagar. Meanwhile, the terrorist who was in the target zone, he was consistently kept engaged by our troops in contact, and he was kept holed up. After some time, he saw the dire situation, and he again tried to break the cordon, and he moved out. This time again he fired indiscriminately with automatic rifle. He had a AK-47, and he threw grenades also. One of the grenades he purposely probably threw towards the lane from where our civilians were being evacuated, and unfortunately during this time again two of our civilians, they got injured. They had splinter wounds of the grenade. Both of them who were injured were given first aid, and we saw one of them was a bit seriously injured with multiple grenades, and he was immediately evacuated again in an army ambulance to 92 base hospital, Badami Bagh, Srinagar. Now during this gunfight, our troops in contact were able to kind of home on and bring down effective fire on the terrorist, and he was neutralized. This terrorist was identified as Abu Huraira, resident of Pakistan, and he was a category A terrorist. With elimination of this terrorist, I am sure that we are sure the locals of that area have taken a respite, and they have got a lot of relief, as he was constantly terrorizing them, coercing them, trying to garner support for ramping up the recruitment in that area, which you all know is at a very low in South Kashmir. Now in the end, I would only compliment all the security forces for this wonderful joint effort, and above all I would like to compliment the local awam who has actually displayed their synergy towards such operations, and who have helped us for this successful operation and elimination of this dreaded terrorist. Thank you so much. I will now hand over to JK Police Rep, who is
Deshbhagat University, Punjab. Courses offered: PhD, postgraduate, undergraduate, PG diploma, diploma, certificate. Contact us for admissions.